Happening now, former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger passes away at 100. And Senator Gillibrand urges continued efforts for hostage release. Plus, Epic Floats and Wellness unveils a new paradigm in personal well-being.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, on November 29, 2023 at 3:19 p.m., Jamestown Police Department officers responded to a larceny complaint at the Family Dollar located at 41 South Main Street. The investigation revealed that Jennifer M. Allen allegedly entered the store, violating a prior trespass warning, and stole candy and decorative flowers, resulting in a burglary in the third-degree charge. Earlier in the day, prior to the larceny complaint, Allen reportedly assaulted an individual in the face at a downtown address. Following the larceny incident, Allen was arrested in the parking lot and transported to the city jail. While in custody, Allen's behavior escalated and she allegedly became disorderly, spitting in a police officer's eye. Consequently, Allen faces charges of burglary in the third degree, petite larceny, and 2 counts of harassment in the second degree. As of now, she is held pending arraignment in the Jamestown City Jail. While in other news, U.S. Attorney Trina E. Ross announced today that Rashawn Miller, 40, of Buffalo, New York, who was convicted of possession with intent to distribute fentanyl and acetafentanil and possession of firearms and furtherance of drug trafficking crimes, was sentenced to serve 204 months imprisonment by U.S. District Judge John L. Sinatra, Jr. Assistant U.S. Attorney Evan K. Glaberson, who handled the case, stated that on July 20, 2021, the DEA executed a search warrant at Miller's Broadway Street residence and seized 167 grams of a mixture containing fentanyl and acetafentanil, 18 grams of fentanyl, 21 grams of crack cocaine, 124 grams of cocaine, 2 loaded firearms, including a ghost gun, ammunition, $15,380 in cash, and drug packaging materials. The sentencing is a result of an investigation by the Drug Enforcement Administration under the direction of Special Agent in Charge Frank A. Tarantino III, New York Field Division, and the Buffalo Police Department under the direction of Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia. Well, in other news, on the night of November 29, 2023, at approximately 9:12 p.m., deputies from the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office conducted a routine traffic stop on Peckham Hill Road in Clymer, New York. The operator of the vehicle, identified as Todd W. Bowen, a 60-year-old male from Corey, Pennsylvania, was subsequently arrested for multiple charges relating to impaired driving. Following a thorough investigation, it was determined that Bowen had been operating the vehicle under the influence of alcohol. The charges levied against him include failing to use a turning signal, consumption of alcohol in a motor vehicle, driving while intoxicated, and aggravated driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content BAC level of 0.18% or higher. Bowen was issued traffic tickets and is scheduled to appear in the town of French Creek Court at a later date and time to address the charges. While in other news, at approximately 12:13 a.m. on November 30th, 2023, members of the Jamestown Police Department's 3rd Platoon patrolled the vicinity of the 7-Eleven at 518 North Main Street. Their attention was drawn to Juan A. Tofino, a 32-year-old Jamestown resident who was inside the store. Upon identification, officers discovered that Tofino had an outstanding warrant issued by the city of Jamestown. The warrant included 9 counts of reckless endangerment in the 1st degree and 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon in the 2nd degree. When officers instructed Tofino to place his hands behind his back, he allegedly resisted the commands, leading to a brief struggle. Subsequently, officers successfully detained him. Further search revealed Tofino to be in possession of a quantity of crack cocaine. Tofino was transported to the Jamestown City Jail, where he now faces charges of resisting arrest and criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree, in addition to the initial warrant. He is currently held pending arraignment at Jamestown City Court. As WNY News Now continues, former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger passes away at 100. And later, Senator Gillibrand urges continued efforts for hostage release. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Henry Kissinger, a pivotal figure in American foreign policy, succumbed to the passage of time at his Connecticut residence. Known for his influential role as Secretary of State under Presidents Nixon and Ford, Kissinger was celebrated for his diplomatic achievements and criticized for controversial actions during his tenure. Kissinger played a crucial role in extricating the U.S. from the Vietnam War and forging diplomatic ties with China. Despite being awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts, his legacy remains contentious. His decision to authorize the bombing and Allied invasion of Cambodia in April 1970 drew sharp criticism and accusations of war crimes. Many citizens over the years vociferously called for his arrest, alleging violations of international law. As news of his passing reverberates, Kissinger's legacy is likely to be remembered with a mix of admiration and scrutiny. To some, he was a patriot who contributed significantly to American diplomacy, while to others, his actions represented a stain on the nation's history. With a career marked by both triumphs and controversies, Henry Kissinger's impact on U.S. foreign policy will continue to spark diverse perspectives and discussions. Well, in other news, in a heartfelt speech on Wednesday, November 29, 2023, U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand addressed the Senate floor, shedding light on the harrowing stories of hostages released by Hamas and those still held captive in Gaza.
I'm here once again to highlight the stories of the people who have been and continue to be held hostage by Hamas. I'm so happy to hear that several of our hostages, whose families I've worked with, have been finally returned. They include the 4-year-old Abigail Moore Edan, whose parents were both murdered in front of her eyes, and who now faces the horrible process of healing from the many traumas she underwent. Danielle Aloni and her 5-year-old daughter, Amelia. They had been visiting Danielle's sister, Sharon, her brother-in-law, David, and their 3-year-old twins, Emma and Julie, on the day of the attack, when all of them were taken captive. Sharon, Emma, and Julie have also just been released, but David still remains in captivity. I'm so grateful that members of another family I've worked with have also been released. They include 67-year-old mother, Shoshan, sister Adi, Adi's 2 young children, Neve and Yahel, Aunt Sharon, and Sharon's 12-year-old daughter, Noam. It has been heartening to see these families reunited with their loved ones, to see the joy and the indescribable relief, and I'm grateful to the Biden administration for making these reunions possible. But of course, many, many more people still remain in captivity, including Emma and Julie's father, David, and Neve and Yael's father, Tal. These families have already endured the worst traumas imaginable, and yet now they have still been ripped apart with no idea when they will see their fathers and brothers and sons again. Tal is a 38-year-old who reads a lot and loves to explore new topics, as well as exercise and play sports. He and his family like to travel in the desert areas in southern Israel and spend time near the Sea of Galilee. David is a talented 33-year-old actor who lived with his family in Nir Oz. He and his family woke up on the morning of October 7th to the sound of bombs and sought refuge in their home's bomb shelter. But when Hamas set fire to their house, the shelter filled with smoke and forced them out to meet the terrorists. His American family last saw him in a video shared by Hamas, where he can be seen in the back of a truck with Sharon and one of the twins. A survivor who was able to escape says she spoke briefly with him and that he said to her, "I know that I left the safe room with 2 babies and now I have only 1. I can only imagine what it must be like for him now to have both of his babies ripped away." These two families, these fathers, don't deserve to be separated from their families. They don't deserve to be kept in horrific conditions, potentially with little food. As joyful as it has been to see some of the hostages reunited with their families, we must not stop pushing for the release of all the remaining hostages. I will continue to work with their families and with the Biden administration to advocate for these individuals, and I will not rest until we get every hostage, including the 9 Americans, home. I yield the floor.
Highlighting her collaboration with affected families, Senator Gillibrand acknowledged Hamas' recent releases, but stressed the imperative to persist in advocating for the freedom of all hostages. Her call for continued efforts resonated across party lines as she emphasized the importance of international pressure to secure the release of those still in captivity. The senator's emotional plea underscored the human toll of the conflict, urging a collective commitment to humanitarian principles. Gillibrand's stance echoes a bipartisan sentiment within the Senate, signaling a united front on the issue of hostage release. As discussions on the situation in Gaza unfold, Senator Gillibrand's speech serves as a poignant reminder of the ongoing challenges and the necessity for diplomatic initiatives to ensure the safety and freedom of all hostages. Well, in other news, this past September, Jamestown welcomed a transformative addition to its wellness landscape with the inauguration of Epic Floats and Wellness at 527 Foote Avenue. This innovative establishment, founded by lifelong Chautauqua County residents Shauna and Tracy Tellinghusen, introduces an array of wellness modalities that promise to redefine self-care in the region. Epic Floats and Wellness distinguishes itself by offering 5 distinctive modalities dedicated to enhancing personal well-being.
And we offer 5 different modalities for your wellness and well-being. One is flotation therapy. One is a halo infrared sauna. We have 2 zero-gravity massage chairs, an oxygen bar, and a white light therapy called Roxiva.
Among these, flotation therapy takes center stage, providing visitors with sensory deprivation tanks that immerse them in a weightless environment filled with water and Epsom salts. The tanks offer a myriad of benefits for both the mind and body, promoting relaxation and stress relief. The facility also boasts a halo infrared sauna, 2 zero-gravity massage chairs, an oxygen bar, and a unique white light therapy called Roxiva. Exclusive to Epic Floats, Roxiva combines stroboscopic white light with sound, inducing states of relaxation or inspiration. Often referred to as a hypnagogic light machine, this therapy leverages the brain's natural ability to synchronize with external sources of rhythm, allowing individuals to alter their mental and physical states.
Oh, there's a lot of ways in which all of them help people. We definitely are very new and on the upbeat with the Roxiva. As far as we know, it's one of the only ones this close to the area that syncs up to your brainwave patterns. You can choose to use sound with it as well, and you can use it to energize your mind, or you can use it to bring it to a calming state, more of a meditative state for healing and relaxation.
Shauna and Tracy Tellinghusen, deeply rooted in Chautauqua County, emphasize that Epic Floats and Wellness is more than a business, it's a service for the entire community. Contrary to the assumption that it may be an expensive day spa, the establishment ensures pocket-friendly prices. Additionally, they extend discounts to members of the medical community, Cummins employees, where both owners have an extensive employment background, and veterans.
Previously, I had worked at Cummins here in Lakewood for 19 years before leaving to start this venture with my wife.
Yeah, so huge shout out to Cummins. I also work in the health center there. I've been a nurse for over 20 years. So both Cummins as well as the medical community have been the bread and butter to our home and our family over the years. So we definitely want to do a shout out to our Cummins community and our medical community and make sure that you all know that we offer discounts for you as well as our veterans.
This inclusivity underscores their commitment to making wellness accessible to all residents. The establishment's operating hours further demonstrate its dedication to accommodating diverse schedules, with Sunday hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday offering extended hours until 8 p.m., and late-night services on Friday and Saturday until 10 p.m., Epic Floats and Wellness aims to cater to the very needs of its patrons. Epic Floats and Wellness is not merely a business, it's a well-needed opportunity for individuals in Jamestown and beyond to let their pain and stress float away. By introducing cutting-edge wellness modalities in a welcoming and affordable setting, Shauna and Tracy Tellinghusen have positioned their establishment as a beacon of holistic well-being for Chautauqua County. Well, coming up next, Pennsylvania Personal Care Administrator charged in patient's death. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. First, let's take a look at the NOAA temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for the next 8 to 14 days, which spans December 7th through December 13th. And the Climate Prediction Center is projecting above average temperatures, about 30 to 40% above average across western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania. They're projecting temperatures to be about 50 to 60% above average across from the rest of the Great Lakes region. So if you're a fan of some above average temperatures, it looks like December is going to start off rather warm, as the NOAA 6 to 10 day temperature outlook also favors temperatures slightly or at average for the first week of December. Well, a couple days ago, there was a solar flare off the sun, also known as a corona mass ejection, and those solar flares are projected to reach the Earth tonight into tomorrow. As a result, the NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center has issued a G3 geomagnetic storm watch for tonight and tomorrow, and as a result, we could see the northern lights across our area tonight, as well as the northern half of the United States. The best place to see the northern lights will be away from any city lights looking towards the northern horizon, with the best time being between 10 p.m. and 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you're up late tonight and the skies stay relatively clear, there's a chance we might be able to see those northern lights tonight. The almanac for today made it to a high of 30 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Our low was 16. The records for today, 64 was the record high set back in 2005. The record low of 1 set back in 1929. Let's time out future scan and see if the clouds will cooperate this evening. So partly to mostly cloudy skies through the early evening hours, so if we are able to see the northern lights tonight, we should have decent sky watching conditions, but the clouds will be on the increase throughout the rest of the night tonight and into tomorrow, as widespread rain returns to the region tomorrow with our next system. Temperatures will generally be in the 40s tomorrow, so most of the precipitation will stay as mainly rain, although the highest elevations could see a few wet snowflakes mixing in. Friday night into early Saturday, we'll have a brief break in the rain before some more rain will be possible through the early half of the day on Saturday, and the rest of the Saturday afternoon is looking mainly dry, although rather cloudy. So here's your forecast for your Friday. Tomorrow, info detail: cloudy with rain showers throughout the day. A few higher elevation wet snowflakes will be possible. High temperatures tomorrow range from the upper 30s to the low to mid 40s. While the Jamestown Christmas Parade comes up this Saturday, parade festivities to kick off about 5 p.m., but there will be lots of Christmas activities going on all day in downtown Jamestown. We'll have some rain showers to contend with early on in the day, but by the time the parade starts and the fireworks around 8-9 o'clock, we should be left with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures starting off in the mid to upper 40s at 5 p.m. and then we're dropping down to the lower 40s and to the upper 30s throughout the rest of the night. The rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions. So on Saturday, the rain will be in the early half of the day. On Sunday, we start the day day off mainly dry and then bringing in a chance for some rain showers later in the afternoon. High temperatures over the weekend in the upper 40s, close to 50. On Monday, we'll have a chance for a few mixed rain and snow showers. Temperatures back down in the lower 40s, and then we're dropping back through the 30s throughout the rest of next week with a chance for some snow showers in the forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Andrew, thank you. Well, Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry declared on Tuesday that Kelly Gonzalez, the former administrator of ARC of Lawrence County, is facing charges for her alleged role in the death of a resident due to medication negligence. Gonzalez, 48, is accused of failing to renew a prescription for a resident's anti-seizure medication, leading to a seizure and subsequent death in December 2021. It is asserted that Gonzalez went further to falsify medical records, falsely indicating that a healthcare provider had discontinued the medication. Charges against Gonzalez include felony counts of neglect of a care-dependent person and tampering with records, along with a misdemeanor charge of involuntary manslaughter. Surrendering herself on Tuesday, Gonzalez was arraigned and released on her own recognizance. Attorney General Henry expressed concern over the breach of trust, stating, "The resident relied on this defendant's care and professionalism, his life depended on it, and the defendant neglected that duty, leading to tragic consequences. My office has no tolerance for providers who violate their duty of care and put our most vulnerable residents at risk." In her role as the administrator of the personal care home, Gonzalez held responsibilities for the overall administration and management of the facility, including the health, safety, and well-being of residents. This encompassed ensuring complete paperwork, attendance at medical appointments, and the timely administration of prescribed medications. According to the complaint, the resident had a diagnosed seizure disorder and was prescribed anti-seizure medication to manage the condition. His demise on December 2, 2021 was attributed to not receiving the medication for over 10 days. Post-mortem findings revealed that the seizure disorder caused his death, with anti-seizure medication levels in his system significantly below therapeutic levels. Well, coming up next, public hearing scheduled for a proposed amendment to Jamestown City Charter.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist will conduct a public hearing on December 5, 2023 at 11 a.m. to discuss the proposed Local Law 2 of 2023. This law aims to modify the city charter, specifically addressing the maximum income eligibility level for individuals age 65 and above. The public hearing, set to take place in the police training room on the 4th floor of the municipal building located at 200 East 3rd Street, will provide an opportunity for residents to express their views on the proposed amendment. Interested parties can access the final version of Local Law 2 of 2023 at the office of the city clerk located at 200 East 3rd Street, or visit the city's website at www.jamestowny.gov. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.